I was delighted, Bob Fuller, when I realized that you were going to be one of the stars that we could talk with this year at the NBC Film Festival.
Well, thank you, Bobbie. It's my pleasure.
Because I do get to see your show rather regularly, Emergency. And you know, as I would watch it and realize the vignette concept of it, I wondered if the actors like that, or if you sometimes wish that, gee, you could take, one vignette and stretch it out for the whole hour.
Well, I don't know, I'm very used to, of course, you remember the shows I did, Laramie and Wagon Train. They were an hour and a half shows that had one continuing story going all the way through them, and this is kind of different, and it's very interesting. Now, I'm speaking just for myself. I happen to like it because every now and then, I'd say every second or third script, we do have a character that sustains throughout the show with us pretty much. But I think the object of the thing is to keep the show moving, and it is one of the fastest shows on television, I think. So I like the vignette stuff.
Yes. Another thing about Emergency is, of course, it's opposite All in the Family. I presume it will be again this season,
yes, it
as
will
far
be.
as I know.
They're loaded up against us plenty this year.
But the interesting thing is, Bob, that the second half hour, Emergency, really shoots up there.
Yes, it does.
Yes. Now, does that make any difference as to how the show is put together then? In other words, do you think the producer and the director think in those terms?
No, I wouldn't say so, because there are many places that we are not against All in the Family also. It's not completely across the nation, and I don't think that concerns them that much. Because, for instance, again, this year, they're going to put MASH and the Partridge Family against us also. The other networks are, so there's no telling where they're going to come.
Do you ever watch your competition?
Oh, yes, I like All in the Family. Let me clarify that. I used to like it a lot. Now it's getting old to me. It really is, and there's not too much you can do in a situation like that. But if I've seen, like I watched the first runs of Emergency, and my kids, they don't care. They'll watch the reruns and everything else of it, but they go in another room and watch it, and I'll turn something else on, and generally it's All in the Family.
Yeah. Generally speaking, what kind of television do you like to watch, Bob?
Oh, let's see. Some of my favorite shows are, I like Cannon with Bill Conrad very much. I liked Cades County with Glenn Ford. I was very sorry when they took that off the air. Hawaii Five-0 is a show that I watch. Unfortunately, there's no westerns on the air anymore, so I can't watch a good western. And it's that style. I like a good action police drama type of show.
Was it the toughest thing for you to break that western image after you had those two big series going for you?
It was kind of tough. It really was.
Did you turn down a lot of work before you...
I turned down a lot of work because I wasn't sure that I could do a modern-day part. And I turned down a lot of western roles, too, that I didn't think were as good as Laramie or Wagon Train. And if I did another western, I wanted to, keep going up the scale on it. But actually, it was Jack Webb who pushed me into this role of Dr. Brackett and convinced me that I could play a doctor. And after the 2-hour world premiere and a couple of the episodes, I fell into the mold, so to speak, of getting used to wearing a tie and the suit and things like that. And now I really enjoy it.
Yes. If a good western series came along, would you, and it were really good, would you not mind going into it since you have broken the mold?
Just like that.
Would you really?
You bet.
Yeah.
I like westerns very much, and if this show, I would like to see this show run for a long time. I like the role. I like the hours I work. I only have to work 2 days a week, which is very nice because they've, condensed my schedule. And it could go on forever as far as I'm concerned. But if it does go off the air and they offer me a good western with a good producer, I would have to go again.
What do you do the rest of the time if you work 2 days a week?
Well, I do. I spend a lot of time with my family. I do a lot of fishing, a lot of hunting. I get down to Dallas quite a bit, and things like that.
Does your wife like that sort of schedule? Because some wives, if a husband's underfoot too much, it tends to disturb her routine.
Well, I'm not really that much underfoot, because I'm not kidding. When I have that time off, I do go out and go fishing or whatever I can do, so it works out just fine. And she's so used to the years of Laramie and Wagon Train where I worked 12 hours a day, 5 days a week, and then was so tired I couldn't do anything on the weekends anyway that she's glad to have me home a little bit.
I would think so. What is your most vivid recollection of Ward Bond, Bob?
Oh, I have one. I remember just before he went to Texas, before he died, our dressing rooms were side by side. Now, you must understand that I didn't do Wagon Train when Ward was the wagon master. I went on afterwards when John McIntyre was. But although our dressing rooms at Universal Studios were on the same ramp, and I did see Ward every day, and plus I guested on some wagon trains before Laramie, I remember one day he told me that I shouldn't drink so much, and this is many years ago. He said, "You're a young actor, and I want you to watch out and not drink." And he had a drink in his hand. He was telling me this, and I thought. And unfortunately, shortly after that is when he had his heart attack.
How did you react to that? What did you say to him when he said that?
I don't really remember what I said. I think I just laughed or something.
Bob, thank you very much for giving your time today to come by and talk with us. We really enjoyed it.
Bobbie, thank you.